Good morning, Panthers!
And welcome back to another amazing episode of CTV2. I'm Ella Ben.
And I'm Kayla Humphrey, bringing Charter's latest to you.
Come on. Last week, the president said from Washington.
I'm Sophia Mora.
And I'm Mia Lopez,
Bringing Charter's latest to you.
Here you are.
Going live in 3, 2, 1.
GSA's second meeting of the year will be after school on October 15th. New members are always welcome.
The sophomores will be having a class dinner night at most from 3 to 8, so make sure to come out and support.
Middle School Robotics Club will be having a meeting after school on Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you have any questions, you can contact Ms. Fashani.
Attention sophomores, make sure to pay in full or make a $100 deposit through My School Bucks by October 23rd for your college tour trips. There are only 90 spots available, so make sure to do it fast.
And if you're interested in joining History Club, their first meeting is after school today at 3:15.
That's one small step for man.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Plane has crashed into the World Trade Center.
And we will make America great again.
CSNN, bringing the world's latest to you.
The country has been energized watching the first presidential debate in Cleveland this past Tuesday, the 29th. The country saw both a decrease in physical attendees due to social distancing protocols and an increase in viewership. Concerns of whether the debates will have any impact in the general election grow with mail-in voting, but are these concerns based? Frank Fahrenkopf, the co-chairman of the Commission on Presidential Debates, weighs in. He says there are two types of mail-in voters, and this may not necessarily change in the pandemic.
Those who get them and immediately mark them and put them back in the mail. They tend to be partisans. They tend to be people who follow the race, who are very strong in one part or the other, and nothing is going to change their mind. But overall, historically, most people don't really cast those ballots until maybe the last 2 weeks of the campaign.
Hopefully, this will not be a problem. The debates themselves have a specific format. There are 3 divided into 90 minutes per debate. Each is split into 6 segments, each with a different topic of the moderator's choosing. Only the moderator knows the questions and topics he'll ask, but a few days before the debate, he will brief the candidates. Chris Wallace, a Fox News reporter, moderated the following topics: the Supreme Court, coronavirus, the economy, race, climate change, election integrity. The death of Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg comes questions of whether President Trump should appoint a justice now or let the election pass first. Trump defended his position in the debate.
As far as the say is concerned, the people already had their say. I'm not elected for 3 years, I'm elected for 4 years. So we won the election and we have the right to do it.
Former Vice President Biden claims they should wait until after the election to allow the American people a say in the justice's ideological leanings. When Wallace asked whether Biden would pack the court with Democrats if elected, he instead directed Americans to vote, prompting a slew of interruptions from Trump.
You should go out and vote. Vote and let your senators know how strongly you feel. Vote now.
Are you going to pack the court?
Make sure you, in fact, let people know you're a senator. Will you shut up, man?
During the second section, Wallace asked about coronavirus plans and past efforts. Biden claimed that Trump had no plan, lied to the American people, waited and did nothing to give money back to failing businesses. Trump described how Democrats see him as xenophobic, when he closed down the country early on. But he claims that this is why we have lower fatality rates for those who contract the virus now. When Wallace asked Trump why he contradicts the government scientists' predictions on a completed vaccine, he states that he has spoken to vaccine companies, and they've told him otherwise.
I've spoken to Pfizer, I've spoken to all of the people that you have to speak to. We have great Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, and others. They can go faster than that by a lot.
When Wallace questioned panelists on the economy, Trump detailed bringing a great economic success to pre-pandemic America, describing the economy as V-shaped. Biden argues that this is K-shaped, citing 1 in 6 businesses are closing. In the 4th round, Wallace brought up race, asking which candidate would best represent minorities and how they would move forward with racial issues in America. Biden cited that Trump creates division by bringing in the military and spraying tear gas on protesters. Trump claimed that in the 60s, Biden called blacks super predators, that he caved to his radical Democratic followers, and that Trump has many supporters in law. Wallace then transitioned to climate change, asking Biden about his stance on the Green New Deal, his desires to rejoin the Paris Accord, which he avoided a clear answer on, and his plans to increase charging stations and add 4 million weathered homes. When Wallace asked Trump if he believed in climate change, he answered that he believes people are causing global warming to an extent, but that we must weigh economic needs with environmental. The 6th and final segment, Election Integrity, questioned whether America would know the election winner by voting day, and whether said winner would truly represent the people. Biden believes there is no risk of voter fraud from the mail-in voting, but Trump urges people to vote in person or from solicited mail. Last Friday's announcement that the president and his wife tested positive for the coronavirus could have serious effects on a future debate and when the American people will know their next president. I'm Savannah Cox, and you're watching CSNN. Kayla and Ella?
Thanks, Savannah, for letting us know what happened in the recent presidential debate. Coming up next, we're going to be talking about students going back to school and the procedures that are going to be taken.
Hi, I'm Maya Shepard, and I know many of you are anxious and excited to get back to the school. To alleviate some of your stress, we have Anna and Alicia to show you what the school will look like if you plan on going back.
Hey Panthers, it's Anna and Alicia, and we are here to show you the precautions that Charter has taken
to ensure the safety of the students and staff for back to school.
In the morning, students will have their temperatures taken at the door, followed by filling out a COVID survey and answering questions. New floor decals have been added explaining flow of traffic, direction, and safe distancing for students and staff. Throughout the whole building, Charter has placed sanitation stations that are accessible at all times. At water fountains, students will only be allowed to fill up water bottles or cups, and all other fountains will be closed. As for all restrooms, stalls and sinks have been sectioned off to create comfortable, safe distances for students and staff. And now here we have Miss Oliveira showing us how she's prepared herself and her room for back to school.
So I got the idea for my setup actually from Mr. Melendez. When we found out the students could come back, and now obviously the kids are, he came into my room and he gave me the idea of just closing off the board where I write things on, and that way I move my desk. I had to rearrange my furniture and move my desk near the board because that's what I use mostly in class. The specific instructions I gave to my students when they come in is to grab a Lysol wipe, okay, and sanitize the desks, the dividers, and their chair. Curtains that you see are actually table covers. I got them at Bed Bath & Beyond for $8.99 a piece. And then I got specific like ceiling towel hooks that are meant for our ceilings, and they were $25 on Amazon, and it comes with a pack of 50. So the dividers, I got them online, and they were more expensive. They were the most expensive part of the whole setup.
Thanks for tuning in, Panthers, and have a great weekend.
Thanks for letting us know about the new procedures that need to be incorporated into the new school year. Now let's take a look at some people who left Charter and look at their lives after Charter.
What's poppin', Panthers? It's Renee
and Alicia, and I'm Ayansa, bringing you Life After Charter.
Graduating high school is probably one of our most exciting events of our high school lives. But it is more than just the cap and the gown.
It's about what our future holds for us.
We have an amazing leader who stepped up and changed the drama community for the middle schoolers here at Charter.
Hi, I'm Joey Melendez. I graduated in 2011, and here I am at Coral Springs Charter School as the middle school drama director. Since starting here in 2016, going from an alumni to a teacher, and I'm ready to see my 8th graders at the time graduate, which is insane to think about. What I love most about coming back here and being able to teach and inspire the students is that it's created a family atmosphere. Most of my drama students look at me like as their big brother. My first year taking so many students to districts and being able to bring 19 students to states, which is the first time bringing our troop 88575 to states. I mean, this is what districts looked like last year alone. The numbers speak for themselves, you know? I would say that Charter had one of the biggest impacts on my life. Being able to teach here, I wouldn't have had this opportunity had I not gone to school here as a student. So I definitely think my life would have looked really different. I'm happy with the turnout. I'm happy that I came here as a student. I'm happy that I chose to work here as an adult. When asked if I really miss being a Panther, the answer is no. But why? Because I'm here. So, as the saying goes, once a Panther, always a Panther. My advice to seniors is that even though it's a crazy year, 2020, and it's a really strange, uncommon senior year, do not give up and have fun. Create the memories, because that's what it's all about. Bye, guys.
Thank you, Mr. Melendez. We appreciate everything you've done for us as our Troop 88575 Big Brother. Last but certainly not least, we have a talented photographer who was actually in CTV before. Take it away.
Hello, my name is Julian London Glassdahl, and I'm a graduate of Coral Springs Charter School from the class of 2017. I'm a communications major at Nova Southeastern University, as well as a theater minor. I've been working on music videos, directing short films, as well as making my own music and co-writing for people. If it wasn't for journalism, I wouldn't have even realized my love for film. I really and truly feel like Coral Springs Charter impacted me and my life's journey. Also, through journalism, through the classes I had there, the teachers like Ms. Harwell, I was able to really learn the professionalism it takes in the real world. I was able to really find my voice and as well find my love for film through broadcast class. And there I met a friend of mine, Alex Bale, who wanted to be a filmmaker. And if it wasn't for the conversations I had in that class and the actual things I did in that class, I wouldn't be able to say that I'm gonna be a filmmaker right now. When I look back on my days as a Panther, I look back fondly. Thanks to Coral Springs Charter, I was able to grow up. You know, I grew up there. 7 years is a long time. And those 7 years was really the most transformative years of my life. Yeah, I do miss being a Panther. Being a Panther was very fun. My advice to seniors is, there's something you love, something that whenever you do it makes you happy, do it. Tomorrow's not promised, so if you're gonna do anything, do what you love, and always do the right thing.
Well, that's all for today, Panthers. Make sure you stay in school,
Stay poppin'.
And stay safe.
Bye!
Thanks, guys. It was really great to see everyone again. Coming up next, we're going to be talking about this year's fall sports at school.
Hey Pan, this is Juan Castro here. Coronavirus has drastically changed our lives, and we're wondering how sports are practicing. Do they throw imaginary footballs? Do they play defense 6 feet apart? Well, we're here with Coach Garrison and the football team to answer some of these questions.
So some of the adaptations we've made in practice is, number one, you see it if you looked around or at myself, we're all wearing masks as much as possible. Sometimes that hinders our athletes' ability to take in oxygen, so they have to find some space and take some more frequent breaks. Another thing right now so far with practices obviously is social distancing. We're trying to obviously maintain that as much as humanly possible, and we've done that by controlling the way that we design drills. So our athletes' performances have been altered mainly because of the mask. Again, they have to wear it while they're participating. Right now, occasionally they're able to pull it down, but no matter what, it's restricted in the airflow that they're able to get. So we see them. So the outlook for fall sports is right now it's actually good. It's beyond where we thought it would be a couple of months ago, but we're going to be able to get those seasons in, it looks like, for all the sports. If we're able to get out here and play football, it's looking promising for the rest of the sports to be able to have their seasons as well.
Thank you, Coach Garrett, for all the positive information. We'd like to wish all fall sports a good and healthy season, and we'll see you next time, Panthers.
Thank you for catching us up on the fall sports. Now let's look at something that's become increasingly popular, fantasy football.
I'm Michaela.
And I'm Jessica.
And we're bringing you the hype about fantasy football.
Let's see how students at Charter stay connected through fantasy football.
So basically, playing fantasy football is you need to draft a team. Now, usually you get started with 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, flex, tight end, kicker, and defense. And usually you draft the running backs first because they get you the most points because they get the ball most of the time. After you get your team, you have to draft your bench, and your bench is responsible for if one of your players is injured or one of your players isn't having a good season, you throw in one of your bench players.
Hey Panthers, it's Remy here, and my fantasy team is doing great. Currently, I am 3-0, and I'm about to be 4-0 this week after beating our former Panther, Ian Tajali. And I think this fantasy league has helped me and my friends keep a close bond because we can't really see each other as much as we used to. And now we ended up talking more than we ever used to together because now it's every day we're talking who's going to beat this person this week and whose team is better than the other. So I really like it, and I think it's the best thing that we could have done to keep a close relationship. And again, I'm first in the league, and it's going to stay that way because I'm the greatest to ever do it. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in, and have a super Sunday. And always remember, once a Panther, always a Panther.
Thanks guys for telling us all about fantasy football. And to wrap up today's episode, we're going to be looking into people's interior design skills and looking at room decor.
Hi guys, I'm Olivia Gabriel and I'm here with Isabella Freeman, who is here to show you what she did to her room during quarantine. Hope you enjoy!
Hi, I'm Isabella Freeman. I'm in 7th grade. The reason why I decided to decorate my room during quarantine is because I would always get bored walking into a plain room every day, and also because my little brother inspired me to put things up on my wall. My other favorite thing on my wall is my drawings. Pick my favorite drawing on my wall, it would be my planets drawing because I am a bit of a space nerd. I love space a lot, and anything that has to do with it, it's just really peaceful and it's just beautiful, especially when you go outside and you just look up in the sky and all you see is the stars and you see the moon. It's just really beautiful.
Thanks, Isabella. I hope you all noticed of what she did and have a couple ideas of what you can do to your room. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching another amazing episode of CTV2. I'm Ella Ben.
And I'm Kayla Humphrey, bringing Charter's latest to you.
Bye.
Have a great rest of your weekend.